Okay, let's go over a few things. Now, I talked about Steve Jobs and company. Now, let's talk about the other gentleman, Bill Gates. Now, as far as future technology, Bill wanted to have the home being not so much a media center, but smart. So, like having a processor on your refrigerator, so when you put stuff in from grocery shopping, then it'll know your favorites. Also, make sure like the milk doesn't spoil, and just little weird things like that. Um, Turning on your lights, keeping the temperature at a constant level. So, but you kind of have those, but not like what Bill Gates is kind of envisioning of the smart home. So when you come up to the door with our security nowadays, you would use a retinal scan or a fingerprint, something of that nature. Then when you come in, the lights will start to turn on properly to the right level. Can then, with digital convergence, turn on your favorite music, um, show your favorite television shows, smart things like that. Now, not knocking Microsoft, but if they are thinking that they would like to have that, then they should kind of put hardware together to where Apple is on that. So as far as getting your TV shows and stuff like that, we already have that available. As far as the iTV is going to be able to do it, and then there are a few items from other companies that work with Apple that give better results than what I used to use about 3 years ago on Windows. Another good one I would state would be not so much in medicine, but where medicine could be going. We're not there yet. Look at amputees. We're getting close to a full bionic arm or leg, and it's working out. But some of the artificial things, it does help a lot of people out. I can't complain about that. But some people, if they were down on their luck and they had to be amputated, it's like if they do get a prosthetic, it's not going to be worthwhile for them over a period of time because it hurts. So it's kind of now getting down to the nitty gritty of getting something that'll fit, how it works with that person's body, and hopefully be able to get the electronics enough that it knows how to sense when and when not to step, move a certain way to mimic kind of the old limb. So that's kind of what we should be going forward into getting, because we're getting a lot of our wounded soldiers coming back, and some of them have missing limbs now. So that would be great for the medical profession to start pushing towards miniaturizing the computers to getting an arm, a hand, a foot to be able to move like the old member. I would say next would be leave the cars alone for right now because we've got that problem here in America about our dependency on oil. But there was an electric car supposedly, and they were pulled off the market and then subsequently crushed and melted down. But why that happened, don't know. But if we did have an electric car, we would still have the problem with how to take that battery and get it recharged. You still need electricity to do that. What happened to the idea of hydrogen? Taking water and then just using the byproduct, because we know it's hydrogen and oxygen, break the two apart, and then blam. I don't know. That one I leave alone. It's a good idea. Now, if you look at Minority Report, which is supposedly another like 30 years ahead of our time, and some of the items that they were using in the stun gun, which used sonics, I mean, that was a pretty cool effect. Then the retinal scans that they do everywhere you go. But then you have to be careful because advertisers might start using the little kiosks as you walk by, the retinal scan of who you are, and then make suggestions to you right there. But I think it would be intrusive to some other people as they're walking by as well. But then how good would the processors have to be to keep up with all of that? Processors. Does anyone out there feel gypped? I know I do. Because I used to always work with Windows machines, used to go to Intel's little road shows and listen to what they were trying to do as getting the chips faster so that we could do more processing and have more programs open and do way more powerful stuff. Now they've broken it down to where we should be past the 4 gigahertz speed, but we're not. We're now into 2 processors on 1 core. All well and good, but we're still not fast enough. Because I've watched a few programs playing around on newer machines, and it's just going like, it still feels slow to me. So, if the processors are powerful enough, then we do need to get the software up and running. So something has to change. Hopefully that happens here soon, and that will help us out as far as getting our digital lifestyle out there. And watching a YouTube video, that's a digital lifestyle. And I'm tired of these hornets and bees bothering me. Urgh. Something to buzz them away. Ugh. Sorry. Or how about a robot? I mean, a few of those are coming around now. So it's like, instead of the ones sweeping the floor and stuff like that, how about one to walk the dog? You're not home all day because you're working, so have one to walk the dog. That'd be a good thing. Jetsons, if you ever remember that old cartoon. But then I would look at the flying car. Now, the little walkers, we have that in certain buildings. So, like airports, really, if you look at the long escalator and then the long treadmill to get you from place to place within the airports. Other parts of technology, what we would consider the nano or nanites, the little robots. Now, some of those would be good for applications of people that have heart surgery and get what they call a stent, which is actually to go in and scrape out the problem area in your vein and then place a little metal screen. Just have the robots go in and clean that up for you. I mean, yeah, there's some genetic problems with people that, they'll probably have a heart attack later on in life, but just for something like that to go through your body, check you out, make sure you're good. But, of course, then there's the war implications of that and for Spidem. So that's just one little thing to throw up there, too. Other than that, I really have nothing more for future technology, but tell me what you think.